Top of the morning to you. Welcome back to the channel. My name is a-bomb. Welcome back to Football Manager 2021 and Eastern Resurgence 2 with STEAUA Bucharest. Today we continue our little journey in Europe. We're in the Europa Conference League qualifying rounds. And today we take on Derry City of Ireland. I think it's going to be another difficult tie, but we're going to have probably a tough first leg and hopefully a good second leg and see if we can get through another qualifying round. We'll also have some transfer news. We're still in the transfer window, so going to be maybe some bits and pieces there as well. But yeah, more Europa League football today, or Europa Conference League rather. And if you're enjoying this series, do drop a like down below and leave comments. It's the best way to support and help the channel. And if you haven't done so already, or if you're new, then do subscribe and turn on notifications. Let's jump into it. So yeah, we're into the third qualifying rounds. We can also see that our fellow Romanians UTA Arada here, after winning the Romanian Cup last season, they're against FC Honka of Finland. So, you know, it'd be nice to see some Romanian sides get a bit further as well. Maybe not just us, but I don't know how we're going to do. I've no idea. In the last episode, we managed to get through the second qualifying round despite losing 2-0 in Kazakhstan against Kairat. But we managed to overturn it in a dominant performance at home, winning 2-0 and then getting a third goal in extra time to win 3-2 on aggregate and send it through to round 3. So we've been drawn against Derry of Ireland. And they beat Sujeska from Montenegro in the second qualifiers, as well as Larne in the first round, the Northern Irish side. We have had the draw for round 4, so we'll see who we could be facing if we manage to get past Derry. And if we do, we're going to be in for a really tough matches. We're going to take on either Midtjylland or Dynamo Kiev. That would be a really big tie in terms of TV money and gate receipts. Dynamo Kiev would be huge, but we need to get through Derry. And then we could be in for a really, really tough match, but a really fun match against the Danes or the Ukrainians. But we need to make sure that we see off Derry first of all. Off camera, we did play a game against Kindia Targoviste. It was a 0-0 draw. The biggest chance of the game coming from Ismail here in the post. Other than that, it really wasn't much to talk about. It wasn't a great game. But it's been a bit of a slow start to the season. We haven't lost yet, but we've had 2 draws and 1 win. So, yeah, the league, you know, hasn't really got started yet. We're only 3 games in. And, you know, we're going to focus on the Europa Conference League for now. And then if we go out, then we'll start really, like, powering through the first division. Because we've already seen these teams. We've already faced them pretty much. So once we're, you know, done with the Europa Conference League stuff, I think we'll just try and power through the season as quickly as we can. Try and get a few more games than usual done off camera, I think, if that's the case. So after Derry, if we go out, I think we might jump ahead maybe to somewhere like Vita or maybe go all the way to November. I'm not quite sure, but we'll see how things go. We might go through. We might get into the 4th qualifiers. We might get to the groups. I don't think we'll get to the groups. If we get to the groups, I'll be astounded, honestly. But we've got 2 legs against Derry. We do have a game in between the 2 legs against CFR Cluj away from home. And if there's any goals from that, then I'll be sure to show you those. But the 2 games on camera today, we're going to do both legs against Derry. Just quickly, a little bit of transfer news. You've seen Ravis Nedalea. We have brought in a new defender. Andre, I think it's Chimpianu, but if I'm wrong, do correct me. I know there's some Romanian viewers that watch, so if I have got that wrong, then do correct me. But we're going to go with Chimpianu for now. He's 19, he's a defender, can play as a centre-back or a right-back, and he looks pretty solid. And again, he's only 19, so fills that young homegrown quota, right-footed, 12 heading, 12 marking, 14 tackling I like. He's very brave, he's fairly aggressive, good concentration, good teamwork. Physicals are okay without being great. I feel like it's a good signing. We triggered his release clause from Concordia Chiajna, who were relegated from the first division. So we just paid £275,000 for him. But he has joined the club. As you can see, we've had a few more players loan out. So Kozlov, Ibisevic and Martin all being loaned out. Ilya Nikolic is starting to kick up a bit of a fuss. He's wanted by a few sides who have put in some transfer offers. The highest being just over £100,000. I don't really want to sell him. But if I'm not going to sell him, really, I need to play him. So we've got a lot of, you know, good youth that we've either bought or we've had come in through our youth academy. And yeah, we're going to struggle to keep hold of some of it. There's going to be some bids coming from some players. But yeah, some of these little youngsters, like this guy's 19, they need to start playing really, otherwise they're never going to reach this potential, not under us anyway. But for this Europa Conference League first leg, Graebert's going to return in between the sticks for the Europa Conference League at all. Chimpianu is not quite registered for this, so he won't be able to play. We've got a clean bill of health apart from Stupar, who is back in training. for his injury. Still a little while away from returning, but starting to really rehab that injury. We had to rotate a little bit for the last game because there was a lot of tiredness after the game against the Kazakhs. Sukar and Shofran are back in, replacing Kontea and Popov. We're going to go with a midfield three of Morong, Vasilescu and Nedelea, of course our new midfielder. We're going to stick with Mbungu, Nezovic and Ismail are going to play as well. On the bench we've got Toma, Romanian midfield options. We've got Krivinovic for out wide, Popa for out wide. Well, I still think we need like one more really good player. I feel like this is going to be very similar to the Kairat games, in which in the first leg away from home, because of the long trip we've had, we're going to be, still probably quite tired, maybe a bit of international hangover. But the second leg at home, I would hope that we're going to do a little bit better. I think it might be a very similar scenario to the Kazakhstan one, but we'll wait and see. The result against Kazakhstan over the two legs was very nice, in a manner of speaking. So we'll see how this goes. We've got a corner here with Ismail, 13th minute of the game. It's headed out by Harkin, back to the striker, and headed away by, I think it was, I didn't see what his name was there. I thought it was Great, but it was like, no, it says Great Header. I just saw a capital and immediately thought, oh, it's a name. It's not. Here's Kogler to O'Neill. At least I can pronounce these names because they're English. Unless you've got, I don't know, names like Liverpool's young goalkeeper, which is like Quivin or something. It's my team and I don't know how you say his name. I think it's like Quivin or something like that. But yeah, a lot of Irish names are quite easy to pronounce, but some of them are a bit more difficult. That was going to be a foul there, but it looks like the referee has played advantage. Here's Nezovic. And he's going to find Mbungu. That's a great sell-up for Ismail, but it's not going to count. It was nice football, but unfortunately, I think Ismail was offside. I know Mbungu has picked up a knock. We've got about 10 minutes. We're going to get him to half-time and see how we go from there. There hasn't been much to talk about in this first half. We had a ball in the net that's offside. We've got a chance maybe late in the first half here, though. We're about 42 minutes in. Here's Sukar. And Shofran's got lots of space out wide here. We can hopefully use this width. That's a good ball for Nezovic, and Nezovic heads it home, and again it's going to be disallowed. So that's twice we've had the ball in the net and twice VAR or the assistant has denied us a goal. We'll see this again then. Shofran with the cross. I don't know what was wrong with that. There was no lines, so I don't know if that was offside or not. But half time, it's 0-0. We've had two shots. We've had the ball in the net twice, but neither of them are going to count. I mean, we have been the better team. Just keep doing that. Eventually, one of these will go in. And if we can just avoid defeat in this first leg and, maybe get an away goal or a win, then we should be in a pretty good position to qualify for round 4 and maybe get one of those big ties against Midtjylland or Dynamo Kiev. Who knows? Here's Nedelea to Mbungu. Seems to recover well from that injury. Nezovic at the far post. No doubt about that one. That definitely counts. Nezovic gets his first goal of the season. We have an away goal in Ireland, which is going to be very, very important. And yeah, we're doing all right so far. We haven't had a great deal of shots, but we've done a darn sight more than Derry have so far. I'll tell you that much. And it was Mbungu with the assist. Nezovic with the header, about 7 or 8 yards out. And it's a good one. And it's 1-0. I think we will now bring off Mbungu. And we're going to bring on Krivinovic. Yeah, I think for the transfer window, I think if we can get a winger that can play either side, that would really help. That would be like the one thing that I'd need, I think, from this transfer window. And Mbungu's still got the ball here. He's about to come off in a minute, but he's actually having a good performance as Nedelea has a shot that's blocked. And Nezovic puts the ball into the goal. I think the keeper was frozen. Did he stare in Medusa's eyes or something? Or is there like, I don't know, something similar from Irish folklore? I've got no idea. But Mbungu playing a part in both goals here. He's about to go off. In fact, he has now gone off. The shot was blocked. Vasilescu to Nezovic. The keeper is playing musical statues, apparently. And it's 2-0. We are well on top in this tie. Although Ismail's not had a lot to do. So we're going to bring him off. Let's bring on Isbas. We haven't seen Isbas score in a long, long time. Now would be a nice time to do so. Let's see if we can maybe get a third goal and really put this first leg to bed here. We're doing well. And, there's me talking about that international hangover. No signs of it here. Derry really not offering much at all. Long ball. Cut out by Toll. Here he is again. To Harkin. And Delap. I don't know if he's related to Rory or not. I mean, he almost set up a goal, but Graham did well to save that. But The forward maybe should have done better. We've got a corner kick now. Shofran, 76 minutes have passed. It's headed away, and it's cleared by Markey to O'Sullivan, who's just got a defender and the keeper to beat. He has a go at goal, but just the wrong side of the post. Nezovic starting to tire a bit. We're going to bring him off. We're going to bring on... we'll bring on Poper. We're 2-0 up. We're fairly comfortable. So let's bring on the youngster Poper on. Another corner kick here in the last 10 minutes of the game now. Again, it's headed away by Toll. And Markey again looking for O'Sullivan. And this time he might have a better chance to get a goal back, as he does go for goal, but Grab does well to save. Full time in the first leg. It's a fairly comfortable 2-0 win. Good defensive performance. Well-controlled midfield. Would have liked maybe some more goals. We had the ball in it 4 times. Only 2 of them have counted. But Ishmael had a fairly quiet game. Oh, Cluj were also in here. I didn't realise they were in the Europa Conference League as well. They drew with Trabzonspor. And UTA lost to Honka in their first leg. Dynamo Kiev won 3-1 in Denmark. So it looks like it's going to be Kiev in a potential 4th qualifying round match. That's going to be an interesting game. But I feel like it's going to be a very one-sided and difficult game for us. Oh, okay. Forget about any transfer windows because we're under an embargo. Looks like there might be a takeover on the cards. Takeover rumours at Steaua gathered fresh momentum this week, with the runners-up the subject of an £8.5 million takeover bid. The CBU-based consortium, led by business tycoon Darius Kojakaru, is reported to have stated it intends to invest upwards of £1.2 million in the club. Okay, no more transfers for the time being then. Forget about any wingers. Not particularly good timing for this takeover stuff. Oh. Okay, it's collapsed. Never mind. It wasn't a very long transfer embargo. I think it was less than a day. I think it was only about 2 days. I think that was only about 2 days long. We're back again. We can make signings. Okay, so as I said, we have got a game against Cluj coming up. If there's any goals, I'll be sure to show them to you. But the next game on camera, like the proper one, it's going to be the second leg against Derry. We're in a good position and we're at home for the second leg. So hopefully this will go ahead with no problems. What we'll see. It is 1-0 against Cluj after 12 minutes. Ishmael with the corner. Nezovic's header into the goal. 1-0. And Cluj have responded. How about this for a rocket? Gyamfi with a shot. 20-25 yards out, hits the bar, goes in, great finish, 1-1. And it's another draw. It's another draw in the league. That's 3 out of 4 now. We drew 2 games all of last season. We've had 3 in our first 4 games. How has this happened? It's 1-1. Ishmael with a great game without getting a goal. Nezovic scored for us. Gyamfi equalised not long after. Second half was pretty drab. But it's another draw in the league. This is not going as well as I'd hoped. Okay, into the second leg against Derry. We should be okay here, hopefully. We lead 2-0 from the game in Ireland, so hopefully this will go well. We'll have to bring Chimpianu back out because he's not eligible for this yet. We haven't managed to register him. Did make his debut in that game against Cluj. Was okay. Kravinovic is on for Mbungu. I'll put Kiontea back on the bench. I'm going to start Toma in midfield. And I'm going to go with... Nedelaya. Move Maximovic to the left of the 3 because Nedelaya is right-footed. Make him the CM on support. Toma, advanced playmaker. We'll go for that. We're going to start on positive. I mean, there's an early corner here for Derry. They've had a shot that's blocked. That could have been an early scare there. 2 minutes in and we could have gone 1-0 down. Man, that like it was the ball in their air. It goes to Delap. Kogler to Sukar. Sukar going along. Ishmael doesn't win their header. It's Nezovic, though. Can send through Ishmael maybe for a goal. Or is he going to go himself? He's going to go himself. Ryan makes the save. Another free kick. Kravinovic. Ryan comes out to collect it. We haven't been at our best so far. Oh, it's been a while since I've seen one of them. Oh, we haven't seen too many of those in the channel recently. But let's see this again. Kravinovic with a free kick. The keeper comes to collect it. And he boots it off of the back of Ishmael. Oh, right in his face, I think. I mean, that's just mean, and you deserve that. God, I haven't seen anything like that in ages. We've been fortunate not to have bullshit like that. I know it's good in our favour, but we haven't had stuff like that on the channel for ages, it feels like. Could be a second goal on the cards here, but Maximovic heads it over. Oh, I'm happy I saw that. Okay, half-time. It's 1-0. I would like to get another goal maybe, but it's 3-0 in aggregate. We're well on top in this tie. So hopefully things will stay as they are, and we can maybe get another goal or two. Ismail got a 7.4 rating for having the ball kicked at him. I like that. Can he put a corner in here? Again, the keeper, apart from booting it against the player, has, you know, been pretty competent today. Just a bit unfortunate to concede the goal that way. Toma to Sukar here. Here's Manalake. We're passing it well here, but not really making any forward progress. We're going backwards and sideways. Nedalea to Ismail. Can he get himself a goal here? He can. It's 2-0. It's the second of the game. Not sure how much he knew about the first one, but he's got himself 2 goals. Could be on for a hat-trick today if things continue the way they are. We're 2-0 up, 4-0 and up on aggregate. Got about half an hour left to play, more than half an hour. Great pass by Nedalea as well. Good to see him getting himself an assist there. New signing, of course. Another corner kick with Ismail. I think there might be a penalty, yes. McCormack has committed a foul. Ismail's come sprinting over to take it. He wants this hat-trick, and he gets it. Did you see Ismail sprinting to that penalty spot? He was gunning for it. And it's 3-0. Ismail with all 3 goals, converting the penalty. He wanted to take that, like, badly. Okay, this is turning into a bit of a rout now. We've got 20 minutes left. It's 3-0. It's 5-0 on aggregate. We're now going to bring off Ismail. He's got himself his hat-trick. I want to see Ispas get a goal. And the longer he goes without scoring one, the more I think we need to sign another striker. So hopefully he gets it. We are going to keep the freshness up though. We're going to bring on Popa Finezovic. And we're going to bring on Gromeni for Maximovic. Just, again, keep it fresh. Rest those legs for whatever the next game is going to be. Might be Dynamo Kiev. We'll have to wait and see. But it's full time in Steaua. It's 3-0 and it's 5-0 on aggregate. All 3 goals coming from Taufik Ismail. The first one of which was a bit fluky. I don't think he really knew about it. Second one was well worked. And then the penalty on 66 minutes. A good tie. A really dominant tie. 5-0 in total. Yeah, that really couldn't have gone much better. UT8 unfortunately go out as Honka win 2-1 on aggregate. Clues go through with a 2-1 win on aggregate over Trabzonspor. There's me thinking Midtjylland and Dynamo are facing each other in the third qualifier. They're not. They were facing each other in, I think, the Europa League. I see. Okay, I was getting very, very confused then. I assume we'd face the winners of that, but of course I forget that the teams from the bigger European competitions drop down, don't they? So Dynamo Kiev and Midtjylland was in the Europa League qualifiers. Dynamo Kiev won pretty comfortably on aggregate, so they move on to the Europa League third qualifier there, and Midtjylland dropped down to the Conference League. I see. Okay, that makes a lot more sense, doesn't it? I was like, how are Dynamo Kiev in the Conference League? They're like the best or one of the best teams in Ukraine. But we're going to be facing Midtjylland. I feel like it's going to be a really tough game. I feel like that's going to be a really, really tough tie and probably where our European journey is going to end. But who knows? We might get through. I don't know. So again, I think we'll stick with Europe until we go out. And that might be next episode. Because Midtjylland, I feel like it's going to be a really difficult game. But we'll wait and see. We've got FCSB in between as well. That's going to be interesting. I think we might do a triple live com next time. FCSB sandwiched in between the 2 legs against Midtjylland. I think we're going to do a triple header next time. Again, I know that we're not making too much progress in terms of the actual season. We're still in August. But I want to stick with Europe. It's the first time we're in Europe and I want to stick with it until we go out. Once we do, we'll really plow through the league and just try and get through it as quickly as we can. But for now, I want to enjoy Europe and hopefully that's all right with you guys. But that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, drop a like down below and leave comments. It's the best way to support and help the channel. And if you haven't done so already, or if you're new, then do subscribe and turn on notifications. We had a lot happen in that one. We had 5 goals against Derry, one of which was amazing. We had a takeover that collapsed, so we had like a 2-day transfer embargo. Yeah, we had an interesting day today, and hopefully next time we can maybe mount some sort of upset against Midtjylland. I feel like we're going to be big underdogs in that tie because Midtjylland have, Champions League experience. They're former champions in Denmark multiple times, I think. We'll give it a best shot and see if we can stay in it, but I feel like it might be where the European trip's going to come to an end. But who knows? Anyway, guys, that is going to do it for today's video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you soon. Goodbye.